the Soul World. One of Endgame's most intriguing deleted scenes has Tony's consciousness entering the Soul World after snapping the Infinity Gauntlet. He meets Morgan, portrayed as a young adult by Catherine Langford. Tony asks if his sacrifice worked. Morgan confirms it did. She gets to live a full life because of him. She tells Tony she understands, and she's proud of him. He says, Test audiences found it confusing and felt no connection to this unfamiliar adult Morgan. The Russos cut it. Tony's arc still works without it, but the scene would have given him his daughter's blessing before the end. It mirrors Thanos meeting young Gamora in Infinity War. Both characters snap, both enter the Soul World. Both are faithful to what they loved. Symmetry that got lost. Pleasure. This makes sense for me. Which Banner had a dark Arctic scene. The Incredible Hulk originally opened with Banner traveling to a frozen wasteland. He's at his lowest point. Before he can do something drastic, the Hulk emerges and destroys everything around him, collapsing the ice shelf. In the chaos, you can briefly see Captain America's frozen body in the glacier. This wasn't speculation, it was filmed. Edward Norton shot the whole sequence. The scene explains Banner's cryptic line in The Avengers about the other guy stepping in when things got bad. Marvel cut it for tonal reasons. Starting your superhero movie that way is a bold choice. Cap's icy cameo would have beaten his solo movie by years. The first Avenger literally appearing in the second MCU film. That's wild foreshadowing they just throw away. Betty Brant proved that memory light erased photos. The extended No Way Home release adds a crucial scene. Betty Brant gives a nostalgic senior year recap of Midtown United News. She presents photos and videos of her classmates from their adventures. Washington, D.C., Homecoming, Europe. Peter Parker is missing from every single one. Sometimes there's a strange gap. Sometimes an obscured figure. But Peter is never visible. Yearbook photos that once showed him now show only his classmates. Betty doesn't notice anything wrong. This confirms Doctor Strange's spell wiped not just memories, but records. Peter was erased from his friends' lives completely. Physical evidence, digital files, everything. The spell basically did what the Men in Black neuralizer does, but for the entire planet and all documentation. That's terrifying when you think about it. Every Avenger kneeled for Tony. Another famous Endgame cut shows the immediate aftermath of Tony's final moment. All the heroes on the battlefield take a knee one by one to honor Iron Man. Pepper grieves over his body while, silently, every Avenger and Guardian falls to their knee. The only one who doesn't kneel is 2014 Gamora. She quietly walks away. This would have confirmed Gamora survived Tony's snap and just left in the chaos. The theatrical cut leaves her fate ambiguous. The Russos felt the kneeling montage was indulgent right before Tony's funeral. Some characters present didn't even have personal bonds with him. Fair point. But it also would have saved fans 3 years of wondering what happened to Gamora before Guardians Volume 3 finally addressed it.
Audible.
Senor Scratchy was actually a demon. The WandaVision finale nearly featured Agatha's rabbit transforming into a monster. In a film sequence, Monica, Darcy, and Ralph team up to grab the Darkhold from Agatha's basement. They find Billy and Tommy there too. When they approach the book, Senor Scratchy hops in front of it. Then, the rabbit undergoes a grotesque American Werewolf in London style transformation into a demon. A Goonies-like chase ensues. They shot the whole thing, but didn't finish VFX in time. If included, it would have confirmed Scratchy as Agatha's familiar with a demonic true form. Comics readers know this. In the source material, Agatha has a familiar named Ebony, who's way more sinister than a cute bunny. TV viewers got robbed of that reveal. Maybe Agatha all along will revisit it. Odin was supposed to pass away in an alley. Major portions of Thor Ragnarok got reshot. Originally, Odin meets his end as a homeless wanderer in a New York City alley. Hela shows up, attacks him, and crushes Mjolnir against a graffiti-covered wall, while Thor and Loki watch. Early trailers even showed this urban confrontation. Taika Waititi felt an alley farewell was too unworthy a setting for Odin. Weeks before release, they moved the whole thing to a peaceful field in Norway. Odin now passes peacefully. Hela's arrival is still destructive, but less brutal. The original would have been much darker. The change made Ragnarok feel lighter. Imagine the king of Asgard, ruler of the 9 realms, getting taken out next to a dumpster. Not exactly a Viking funeral. Frigga to Loki all his magic. A deleted scene in Thor the Dark World shows Frigga explaining why Loki would be the sorcerer. She says Thor and movie cast.
Have you ever wondered, could the new Avengers outbest the original Avengers? Would they absolutely destroy the new team? Let's compare. Steve Rogers was once a scrawny boy from Brooklyn. In the beginning, the Hulk would take over Bruce without any obstacle, wreaking havoc on his path. The Sentry now is new. One of the most powerful heroes in Marvel Comics are here, and especially Scarlet Witch, all at the same time. And that last one is Alice Paris Dimension. So, I just say, here's the roster. Now, there's the Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye, but they can all be after Pets. Robert Bob Reynolds, the Sentry is now all powerful, invincible, he can do anything that he wants.
You grab some snacks and can pay with a debit card or credit card. What's safer to use? If you drop your wallet and someone decides to use your debit card, they're stealing your money. So you risk missing rent, missing bills, or racking up overdraft fees. To avoid this, you call the bank and dispute the charge, but it takes them 2 weeks to investigate and get your money back. But if someone decides to use your credit card, they're stealing the bank's money. So when you call them to dispute the charge this time, they reverse the transaction instantly. So you start using credit for transactions, debit for withdrawals, and covers account for tax.
Heroes. The great Hulk, but the hero things all their jeans in the Sentry. No shock. One way that we functions, like give it to
Here's some websites that everybody should know about. So Capital Trades lets you track the investment.
Kill individual. So Coach Microsoft to participate in the project Sentry, aimed at creating the ultimate super. Rich managed to survive the experience, the only one to do so.